Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to be talking about the 4 steps to mastery. This is how to master any skill, no matter what it is, and then we're going to apply this to learning this program, the E-Hypnotherapy Certification and Marketing Program. So let's start off by looking at the fact that there are 4 stages to learning anything, and over time, performance increases. So let's have a look at the first one. The first one is what is referred to as unconscious incompetence. And it's where we don't know what we don't know. So if you think about little babies don't know that cars exist, and so they are unconsciously incompetent to drive a car. They don't know that cars exist, so therefore they don't know there's a skill there that they don't know how to do. So we don't know what we don't know. And that's where we often come from a place of bliss. You probably heard the term that ignorance is bliss. So if we don't know something, well, we're often blissful. Now, it can also be suffering. Because if we don't know that there is a solution to our problems, we can suffer within those problems. We feel like we're just stuck with them. So it's not always blissful. Sometimes it is suffering as well. But then once we become aware of something, we transition to the next stage, and that is conscious incompetence. It's now I know that I don't know. And that's where we have awareness, and we start to create a desire to learn more about it. Often we try and we fail, and that's how we then know, well, I am incompetent when it comes to this. And that's just a part of the journey towards getting to mastery. It's just understanding that's the landscape, and that's a step towards achieving a level of mastery. So failure is not something to be scared of. One of the things I look at is that failure is actually just feedback. It's just you're getting feedback each time, and you're learning to refine and refine and refine. And then eventually what happens is you transition to the next level. The next level is conscious competence. And that is now that you know that you can do it. You are consciously competent. And that is where often we are given a step-by-step procedure. We're told what to do in what order. It requires effort. You know, you've probably seen people like with their tongue out as they're concentrating, like trying to concentrate on something, and they're often clumsy with it. I know the first time that I drove a car, I was a bit freaked out. I had to check the mirrors and the indicator and the clutch, and the car was jerking, and you know, you're kind of stressed because it's taking all your effort. You're thinking, how do people do this so easily? It's because we're just at that conscious competence stage. So throughout the program, this online program, what you'll notice is you're going from conscious incompetence. There's hypnosis, and some of you are aware that it exists, but you just don't, you know that you can't do it yet, so you're consciously incompetent, to then doing conscious competence. And that's where the practice comes into it. That's where you are going to teach you the steps. You then follow the steps. You're going to be clumsy at it. You're not going to do it perfectly, and that's okay. And you might make a few mistakes along the way, and you learn from that, and it's just developing that competency. And eventually what happens is you move into the final stage. But before we do, just understand that the conscious incompetence and the conscious competence, there's a lot of resistance to keep going, and there's a lot of effort that's required. Many people give up during that conscious competence stage. They give up because it's too hard, or they have a bad day and they're just like, oh, they're really unresourceful one day, and they throw it all out. And so it's about keeping focused on your vision, keeping focused on why you're doing this. And that's going to, if you do not give up on your worst day, you will be successful. And then breaking through is, you know, what we describe as you break through to this level of mastery, to this level of being in flow. You are now skilled in being able to deliver and get predictable results. It doesn't require as much effort because it's unconscious now. It's just part of your automated behaviors. You are unconsciously competent. You are skilled at it. It's become a part of your being. It's a part of your identity. And that's the goal, is to get to a point where we can just be in flow. We don't second guess ourselves. We're not judging our performance. We just know and we trust our instincts, our training, our performance is going to lead us to the outcome that we're trying to achieve. So just to recap, there are 4 steps to mastery. And so at a higher level, the principles are you want to accept discomfort, and that's your growth zone. Well, there's going to be moments of discomfort, and just keep going. Keep holding tight. 1% better is better than 0% better. And then keep going. So if you don't give up on your worst day, you will succeed. It's the people that give up on their worst day that don't succeed. And again, we'll talk about that later on throughout the program. But just on those days when you feel like giving up, it's what people refer to as surf the urge. Surf the urge to give up. So instead of actually taking action on that urge. You just kind of surf through it. You just go, you know what? If I'm still feeling like this tomorrow, then I'll take that action. So you kind of surf through it. Another principle is progress, not perfection. So as I said, 1% better is better than 0% better. So it's just focusing on progress. You are going to be clumsy at it, and just focus on doing 1% better each day, each time you do it. Understand that it requires time and effort. So just do a little bit each day. Put in the time, put in the effort. One of the determining factors of success is the amount of time that people put into something. It's why I'm a big advocate of fully investing. If you were trying to build a successful e-hypnotherapy business, but you're only doing it 1 hour a week, well, it's going to take you many, 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 many weeks compared to someone that's doing 5 hours a week. You know, they're going to get their result 5 times as fast than what you would if you're doing 1 hour a week. So, you know, just look at your lifestyle. Look at where you're placing your time. We're all busy. We're all busy. It's about making time to work on the strategic tasks. Also knowing that you are likely to face a setback, and setbacks are just part of the landscape again. So they happen to test us and show us that we can become stronger. It shows us not to get complacent. And so just know setbacks are guaranteed to happen. They're going to happen. Don't feel like once you break through that life's going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's just going to be better. And when those setbacks happen, you have to dig deeper. You have to think more creatively. You have to be more resilient. You have to have greater control over your mindset. And then you keep going. And then finally, accountability. It's about holding yourself accountable to stop yourself from getting caught up in your excuses. All excuses are equal. It doesn't matter whether you say, I can't do this today because I spilled coffee on myself, or whether you say, I can't do this today because I've got this life-threatening issue. You know, they're all excuses are equal. And what I mean by that is anyone can still take action if they really want to. And so it's not giving yourself significance for your excuses. Don't give yourself significance for your problems. Don't give yourself significance for your obstacles. Give yourself significance for holding yourself accountable to overcoming those obstacles, for overcoming those issues. And so reach out to someone. We're going to set you up with accountability buddies. You know, reach out to your accountability buddy. Your accountability buddy is there designed to keep you accountable. Some of you have access to a business coach in this program. Your business coach is going to help you stay accountable. Reach out to me if you want me to hold you accountable. I am more than happy to hold you accountable. And, you know, I'll just ask you, how do you want me to hold you accountable? What do you want me to do to hold you accountable if you don't do it? And so it's about embracing that accountability, because when people don't embrace that accountability, what they're already predicting is that they're not going to do it. And so what do they focus on? They're focusing on failure or focusing on inaction. So I hope this all makes sense. So what I'd love you to do is comment below, and out of everything you've learned in this lesson, I want you to just synthesize it down to 1 or 2 things. What's 1 or 2 things that you've taken away from this lesson, and just comment below. See you in the next lesson. Bye.